professor, I will test you in the worst way. Don't bring a Scantron, pop quizzes all day. Cause of our chemistry, we do biology.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber that trying. You see the thumbnail. I want you to check this out and we're going to get into the topic.
And that doesn't mean I eliminate anyone because I want our great and you have diversity, but I often of Black women, when we're let in the room, we let everybody in the room. Mm-hmm. But when others in the room, they often don't let us. So I've been intentional in making sure it's inclusive of men, of women, LGBTQ+, because I think that is the greatness of a Black woman, and that when we set a table, we truly do, I believe, set it for more people. And that doesn't mean I eliminate.
Sorry. I had to stop it. Whatever. So the pivot, I always love watching the pivot. They had Isaiah Thomas on. I was watching that. West Side represent, West Side Chicago. Tamron Hall, as you saw in that clip, talked about being inclusive in corporate America. And I'm glad of what transpired when she said in that clip, because for all of the people who want to know about if somebody's selling out or being sold out, or they're not doing enough for their people, this, that, and the third, and are we delusional in helping other people? I'm using that clip as an example to say this is a problem, because as she spoke about it, she's inclusive, right? You know, when Black women sit at the table, they help everybody out. I would say there are a bunch of Black men who go, y'all help everybody but Black men. And I think the issue is you can make the case that Black men help you get in the room and get a seat at the quote unquote table. You sat down at the table and you made sure that you wouldn't have any other Black men at this table because you were inclusive with, you know, like she said, women, other quote unquote people of color, and the gay community, and if they're in the room. And what's interesting about that is this. When she said, you know, they don't necessarily do that for us. All those other groups that, you know, the sisters want to sit at the table and help, yeah, they don't do that for us. They don't, you know, they don't sit at the table and go, there's no Black people here. We need more inclusion with Black people. That's not how that really goes. If it's somebody Asian, they want more Asians. Do they want more Black people? No. Somebody Hispanic, they want more Hispanics. Do they want more Black people? No. If there's somebody Muslim, they want more Muslims. Is it somebody being Black? No. If you're looking for somebody who is in the gay community, they want somebody else in the gay community. Are looking for Black people? No. You know, so on and so forth, go down the line. And for me as a Black man watching it, it's like, don't you think this is like sabotaging us as a group? Like, you don't think that's, you know, to be in a business so long? And the other thing she talked about was she didn't want to be the first Black woman to do something, because it's like, oh, that makes you a novelty. And I get it. And there's a point of, I want to be great as a human being, as an individual. I don't want to be the first Black because it makes it look like I'm a affirmative action type of hire, or whatever you want to call it. And I think that becomes an issue, because on the flip side, people don't want to be the first Black, but then if you see somebody that's Black and better, you don't want them to be the better Black person. So some people will keep other Black people at bay, you know, to make sure Black people don't get higher places or in the quote unquote corporate sphere rather, and make sure we don't have any representation per se. And you see it. Like, I thought about that when she said that. I thought about the whole, you know, BLM thing, when, you know, they just made it public that there was a bunch of Black women who was like, we don't want no Black men. We don't want no demons in the house tonight. You know, that. And how, not forget how it ended up. Just the fact that they were brazen enough to say it publicly and people were still supporting that. So to me, that's a indictment on corporate America in a sense. And when people get corporate, the same way, the sisters want, got black men to say, like the NBA, WNBA thing, y'all need to do more for the WNBA. But you think if the WNBA got more popular and made more money, they'll do anything for the NBA? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But that's just my opinion. Now, the other thing that I got to touch on about this corporate thing is she talked about being in the room and people assuming the worst of her. Like, they made her a news anchor of gangs, because they thought since she was black, she knew all the gang lingo. So, like, I grew up on a farm. That's how she said it. Like, I grew up on a farm. You know more about gangs than I do. But, and she knows the things people say in the rooms to paint black people in a certain way. And it's funny how, you got black people who like, look, I'm in the room and this is what they're saying, this how they're trying to spin it. And are you trying, like, in some ways, people are like, are you a spook that sat by the door, or you just positioning yourself as a spook that sat by the door? Are you like a Judas and a Black Messiah? Are you that kind of person? I'm with you. Not really, though. Like, because when you're in the rooms, nobody feels disrespected enough, or how can I say this? Not just disrespected, but humiliated enough to say, man, I'm not gonna be the black face of this. Y'all not gonna, nah, you're gonna have to get somebody else. You're gonna bring me in this office to you won't put up anything positive about black people, but you constantly put up something negative and you want me to be the face of it. No, thank you. That doesn't exist like it should, in my opinion. So the issue is, corporate black America, like, what do you do? And a lot of people go, man, you can't, you got to fight battles from the inside. And unfortunately, I think, 20, 30, 40 years ago, people actually thought that was a viable thing to do. But 20, 30, 40 years later, people have been in these corporations and they realize, yeah, I've been fighting these battles from the inside, but it's the same old BS. This is what it is. And they don't, kind of like, and I don't hate to use this reference, but Richard Steele, when he was leading the Republican Party, and he at that time he was, probably the most productive, or he got the most results out of the party to turn it around, like fiscally and financially, to get somebody like Trump in office, right? And once they got what they wanted, and everybody got what they wanted, it's like, hey, get up out of here, Richard. It's like, why would somebody do a bang up job and you get rid of them? And and he's in politics and that's his political party, but I know it rubbed him the wrong way. It's like, man, yeah, okay, my party, yeah, the party of, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, and if you work hard, then you're American like the rest of us. But yeah, it didn't end that way, So I think, like, a lot of times we don't realize, black people in corporate America, like they toe a fine line of, self-preservation, selling out, or just or supporting other groups. And tell me if I'm wrong. I don't think any of that serves our community. I said, the other thing I said is, before I go, is I think one of the things about it is, I do think black women help black women, but I think black women in corporate America would love to help other black women. They just are not. They're adversarial to helping black men. And sometimes we have black men in positions that help black women, and those very black women make sure there'll never be another black man to be able to put there'll never be another black man that put them in the position that they're in. he looked down for me and got to cut his throat. Like, it is what it is. But tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, and die try, and catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna take it.